Question number 141. Choose the correct match. And the match given are hyposecretion of hormone with respect to disease, the hyposecretion of estrogen, and the match given is osteoporosis in males. And as it is an incorrect match, so this cannot be an answer to our question, because hyposecretion of estrogen causes osteoporosis in females. The next match given is hyposecretion of thyroxine causes myxedema in infants, and as it is also an incorrect match, so this cannot be a correct answer to our question, because hyposecretion of thyroxine causes myxedema in adults and not in infants. The next match given is hyposecretion of parathormone causes tetany, and as it is a correct match, so this is a correct answer to our question, because parathormone is responsible for maintaining the calcium level in blood. And due to the hyposecretion of this hormone, this will lead to decrease in the levels of calcium in blood and thereby causing tetany. The last option given is vasopressin, and the hyposecretion of vasopressin causes diabetes mellitus, and as it is an incorrect match, so this cannot be a correct answer to our question, because vasopressin, which is also known as ADH, and failure of release of ADH causes diabetes insipidus and not diabetes mellitus. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 142. Innermost layer of adrenal cortex secretes mainly, and the options are aldosterone, cortisol, androgenic steroids, and epinephrine. And as you can see here in this diagrammatic representation of adrenal gland, these layers represent adrenal cortex, in which the innermost layer is zona reticularis, and the hormones released from this layer are androgens, and the examples are dehydroepiandrosterone. So the correct answer to this question is that the innermost layer of adrenal cortex secretes mainly option number 3, androgenic steroids. Whereas the other 3 options, that is aldosterone, is an incorrect option, because as you can see here, aldosterone is an example of mineralocorticoids, which are the hormones released from zona glomerulosa, which is an outermost layer of adrenal cortex. The next option is cortisol, and this is also an incorrect option, because cortisol is an example of glucocorticoids, which is a hormone released from zona fasciculata, and it is a middle layer of adrenal cortex. And the last option is epinephrine, and this is also an incorrect option, because epinephrine is a stress hormone which is released from adrenal medulla. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 143. Destruction of adrenal cortex results in disease known as, and the options are Addison's disease, Cushing's disease, exophthalmic goiter, and Conn's disease. And the correct answer to this question is option number 1, that is Addison's disease. Because the destruction of adrenal cortex will lead to the hyposecretion from all these 3 layers, which are zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, and zona reticularis. And this will lead to the hyposecretion of mineralocorticoids such as aldosterone, glucocorticoids such as cortisol, and androgens. And we know that because of the hyposecretion of aldosterone and cortisol, a disease is caused which is known as Addison's disease. So the correct answer is option number 1, which is caused because of the hyposecretion of aldosterone and cortisol. Let's discuss other options also. The next option is Cushing's disease, and this is an incorrect option, because Cushing's disease is caused due to hypersecretion from adrenal cortex. The next option is exophthalmic goiter, and this is also an incorrect option. Exophthalmic goiter occurs due to hypersecretion from thyroid gland. And the last option, Conn's disease, is also an incorrect option because Conn's disease is caused due to hypersecretion of aldosterone. So the correct answer to this question is option number 1. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 144. Which of the following is a hypoglycemic hormone? And the options given are glucagon, thyroxine, insulin and growth hormone. And the correct answer to this question is option number 3, that is insulin. Insulin is hypoglycemic hormone in humans which increases uptake of glucose into cells from blood. On the other hand, the other 3 options, that is glucagon is an incorrect option, thyroxine and growth hormone are also incorrect options because these hormones are hyperglycemic. Hormones. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 145. Cells in testes responsible for secretion of hormone testosterone are, and the options are Leydig cells, Sertoli cells, sustentacular cells and spermatozoa. And the correct answer to this question is option number 1, Leydig cells is a correct option because these cells in testes are responsible for secretion of hormone testosterone. Let's discuss other options also. The next option given is Sertoli cells, and this is an incorrect option because Sertoli cells, which are also known as sustentacular cells, are the cells which are responsible for the release of androgen binding protein and inhibin. So these are the incorrect option. And the last option is spermatozoa, and this is also an incorrect option because spermatozoa formation require testosterone, and these are not the cells which are responsible for the secretion of testosterone. So the correct answer to this question is option number 1. Let's proceed to the next question.